Okay, let's get back to the zombie chucking.
Hey, why not chuck a zombie at it?
That is the general idea. And I failed miserably to chuck the zombie at it. There you go. Well, he's not dead yet. That's that dialogue. It's under ninja assault, as if this is some kind of common occurrence. What's the code for ninja assault? We've got a 1244 in progress in downtown Russia. And that would be the line as well. It would be in downtown Russia. It wouldn't be an actual city. Because that's just the level of dialogue this game has going for it. There we go. Wasn't the... I could have maybe done better on that effort.
Monday was right about the building collapsing. They don't make them like they used to. That's when I met her boss, Del Gonzo. He was the head of Forge Industries. And also a huge dick. I guess that made him a dickhead.
Hello, my cyborg friend.
The stunning cutting wit on display!
He's following orders.
I told him to go fuck himself.
Oh, well, such an act, were I to attempt it, would confuse and sadden me, Yaiba. And it would force me to reveal that the power core keeping you alive has a kill switch I can activate at any time. And murder leaves such a bad taste in my mouth.
I cut the conversation short. It turns out he was only a hologram.
You make me laugh, Ninja Slayer. You see, our goals are the same. You wish to kill Ryu Hayabusa, and he is here, somewhere, trying to contain this remarkable outbreak. I put you back together to kill him.
Del Gonzo was still jabbering on when I left. If he was telling the truth, I'd kill Hayabusa, then kill him. If he wasn't, I'd kill him first and then Hayabusa. I didn't have a strong preference.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. The writing is on the level of so bad it's good. It really is. It is that damn terrible that I can kind of appreciate it. The level of objectification is fairly obvious. Unfortunately, that's really been a hallmark of the 3D Ninja Gaidens. And that's mostly because Team Ninja is a bunch of horrible people. Alright, let's unlock the 9 new combos. Starting from Punch Y into X and Flail B. Absolutely. Punch more people in the face. That seems reasonable. Let us begin. I cannot wait to see what the wordsmith comes up with next.
Just point me in Hayabusa's direction.
Forge Industries has a listening station across town, hidden below a lingerie store.
Lingerie store, huh? Can I pick you up anything?
Focus, Yaiba. The spy team there should have eyes and ears in Hayabusa's current location.
Could the main character be any more unlikable? That's a good question. Fucking get off. There we go. I do hate the character I'm currently playing. He is a gigantic knobber. What the fuck? The lines, they never end. Let's see if I can actually... Well, block seems to be basically impenetrable, so as long as I don't fuck up, everything should be fine. Okay, the block is not impenetrable. Good to know. There's a decent amount of impact to that hit. Combo systems, I mean, you know, there's nothing unusual, but it's pretty good for what it is. There's some pretty cool looking effects.
Holy shit. What are you doing?
It has a decent amount of self-awareness.
Giving myself a hand.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Hang on, this is a... Oh, it gave me another weapon. Sweet. What the fuck? You can't be serious. I think I lost my weapon. I did. That's really upsetting now. I hope I get it back later. Oh, they do more of those enemies, so you can, it's a special weapon you can pick up. Cool. I thought that was just a boss enemy. Thankfully, it seems like it's not. I can get more nunchuckles. Great. God, like, if I was 13 years old, this would be my favorite game of all time. I'm currently 29. I'm still having fun with it, and that makes me feel like a bad person. It is really one of those guilty pleasure titles, isn't it? Should go for the execute there. I keep messing that up. I can't remember which button it is. It's left trigger, I think. No. Yeah, left trigger. Yeah, there it is. I don't like the can kill animations that come out of nowhere when you're in the middle of the air. It's like, oh, I'm suddenly on the ground again. Isn't that incredible? How did I manage that? Some kind of crazy cyborg ninja power thingy, yeah. Yeah, that's how it worked. I absolutely love the cyber punch. Like, the amount of impact on that is fantastic. I'm not big on the other weapons in particular, but the punch is just kind of great. Oh, now it's punching time. Okay. So there's a little QTE. You get a bit of health, and then you get that weapon.
You need an explosive to blow up that wall. Search for something with a good-sized boom.
They're not even trying to be serious. Give me my nunchuckles back, damn it. How do I pick them up? I don't actually know. Huh. Well, they're on the ground, but... Tried all the buttons and it ain't doing anything. It's not that. Pause, no. It's not A, nor is it X, Y, or B. Right bumper, right trigger. Oh, there we go. Right trigger. Some of the controls are mapped in a bit of a weird way. Just take a little bit of getting used to. I don't know, I'm finding difficulty complaining about the combo system.
Katayev, jewel of the Black Sea. The media suspects wrongly that a ship brought the plague into port. Is it any wonder that I prefer to get my news from illegal surveillance?
What did that have to do with a damn fucking thing? Camera in this section in particular is pretty dodgy. Not so keen on that. Oh! Ho, ho! I don't know. This game has redeeming factors. Again, I'm not going to pretend that I hate it, because I don't. It's actually quite fun. It has some extremely visceral combat, but some rather satisfying combos, with a decent amount of combo depth to them. Haven't really seen any big bosses yet, so I don't have anything to judge that by, but thus far, it's a pretty good spectacle fighter. And of course, the jokes are just absurdly terrible. the dialogue is cringeworthily awful, and that, strangely enough, is the strength of it. It's not just bad, it's hilariously bad. Ow. I'm still not entirely certain if I can counter any of that. I don't think so. I think it's just a case of block it. Alright, there we go. This is probably going to get a bit boring after a while. It's that there's a lot of zombies clipping through the ground, which is ultimately not actually having any in-game effect. I would just criticize it on a purely technical level. Okay, you asked me to play with the keyboard and mouse. Alright, doing that right now. Yeah, doing the third weapon is probably going to be a pain. I wonder what they've bound that to. It's just WASD movement, left and right clicks, but I want to know what is the third weapon bound to exactly. E? Huh. Okay. You could maybe bind that to mouse 3, but I always find mouse 3 kind of awkward to use, mostly because my G9X has a very stiff wheel in the center that takes quite a lot of pressure to push in. Outside of that, traverse dash is space, which is what you would expect. Bloodlust counters is Q. Execute is F. Yeah, I mean, that seems playable. Let's play a little bit with the keyboard and mouse. It'll take me a little bit getting used to, but... yeah, I mean, you know, it moves the way you'd expect, the 8-directional digital movement. And switch between the two.
Like roaches. It was me against 50 of the living dead. I liked my chances.
It does do the tutorials with the other button, though, unfortunately. So, let me see what the keys are for that. Oh, they've just hotkeyed it. Cool. That works. Oh, you have to press them both together? Fucking why? Alright. Murder time. Jesus, you go fast in this mode.
Was that good for you?
Jesus, wow.
What was that? Your vitals are still doing jumping jacks.
Kamikaze family special. Also helpful in bed if you're up for...
Hang on a minute, did he just die from falling about 3 feet? I don't believe that. In any way. Yeah, I do have thumb buttons, but I would never use thumb buttons for that. I don't know, I'm just not used to it. Okay, so I need to remind myself what the flail button is, so it would be right? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so the platforming seems to be just more of cinematic service than anything else. It doesn't serve much of a practical purpose. But again, I'm fine with that, because I hate platforming in these games. So, just personal preference. I know a lot of people like it. And it was certainly a factor in the previous Ninja Gaidens. Let me see, which ones did I play? I played Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2, and then the Sigma version of both. I didn't play 3. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Thought I was the only one playing with organs.
I'm sorry, it's got this really dumb, puerile teenage charm to it. That I'm just like, I'm having a great deal of trouble resisting. It's one of those games where every part of you screaming at you, just saying, you should hate this. And I am finding myself unable to.
This explains the music. A little.
I prefer death metal.
No, you don't! You couldn't name a single death metal band. Fucking poser. The combo variety is pretty good. Like, once you get unlock the mastery, you actually get significant different combos that you initiate via one of those buttons. I'm not sure what that was all about. You want to maybe try that again, son? No! That is clearly not the way that works. So much for that super attack. Let's just grab the zombie, shall we? Interesting. Grounds for divorce. Alright guys, I actually have a way to improve this experience significantly. Okay, so just give me a moment. Okay, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're going to do this. Just gonna pause for a second. There we go. Okay. Alright. I'm going to improve the experience by 500%. I hope you're ready for this.
Your system distributes electrical charge, but it's not a miracle worker. Too much of a jolt.
Turns out this improves everything. Huh. Yes, that actually does improve everything significantly. Who knew? That applies to every game in the universe, though, I gotta say. Oh, man. Okay. Electrical shields will overload you if you attack with X or Y Cyber Punch. Hit it with a flail or zombie weapon. I like the fact that there are zombie weapons. Let's get the music back on, because the music's not terrible. Not as good as Rules of Nature, but then nothing ever is. There you go. Have some of that. Punching time! Probably didn't want to be there. There appears to be some kind of elemental armor system in the game, for what I could tell as well, which is an interesting idea. I also need to remember what block is. I don't know, I keep thinking the left is block, and it's not. It's actually the right bumper is block. More punching. What? Oh, it's this button, okay. Dragon Ball Z shit going on here. What? You can't, it's a gun! There's a weapon called Spinal Zap! Why did people hate this again?
Don't look at me. Those were not my augments.
Like, I need to know. I need to... I'm gonna actually have to read the reviews to understand why people hated this. Because so far, I'm not finding a good enough reason to.
We're close to the lingerie shop, but still no come from the listening team. Did they barricade themselves in when the infection hit?
Here's a question for you. Where is Hayabusa, and why isn't my foot up his ass yet?
Calm down, Tiger. They'll know where he is.
They'd better.
Oh, my Spinal Zap back. There we go. This apparently seems to be a quest item of some sort. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Alright, okay. That's a bit of a weird thing. The camera, I think, is definitely bothering me the most, though. Is that just for breaking this wall? I suppose it is. Nope. What the hell is it for, then? And since I don't have jump, I can't actually get past this. Where the hell am I going? Maybe the game just starts off really, really strong and ends up being completely fucking terrible. Wow, that weapon's pretty fun. Does a crap ton of damage as well. I like how they give you a chance to play with it every time they give you a new zombie weapon. I mean, the way that you treat a zombie weapon is it's a fucking power-up, which is frankly something that we haven't seen a huge amount of lately. Most games don't do power-ups anymore. They want to do perks and upgrades. It's nice to see a game just straight up says, here's a power-up. This is flat out better than your other shit. Have fun with it for a little while, and then you're gonna have to get another one. I like that. I can appreciate that. It's deliciously old school. It's the kind of thing that I used to be involved in whenever I played video games. You know, I have a storied history of playing games that were exactly like that. The camera is pretty fucking awful, though. It's not stopping me from fighting yet, but I have a feeling later on the camera's really going to be a problem. And I selected the wide camera. I can't imagine what the close-in one's like. If this is the wide vision. I love the, yeah, the animation quality is great. Not only that, but they actually have a good sense of impact on the Cyber Punch in particular. I mean, this, you can't fucking argue with that fucking level of impact. That is nice. And all credit to them for that, because Spark are usually awful, so they could have very easily not done that. And all the guns in Lost Planet 3 just feel dreadful. Really terrible. I also need to be a hell of a lot more careful with these guys. Alright. I want to have a look at these reviews. Let's have a read of some, shall we? I need to figure out why people hate this. Again, unless it's just oh, we're so much more mature than this. They probably hate the checkpoints. I'll give them credit for that. That's not so good. Let's pause this and have a look, shall we? Alright. Let's go have a look at some of the reviews for Yaiba. Because, I mean, not that I pay much credence to Metacritic, but it's... They gave it... It's an average meta of 44. Alright. Let's have a look at the article from GameSpot. GameSpot gave it 4 out of 10. Yeah, Jesse's opinion on video games isn't really relevant. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so the whole review opens with the fact that there's puerile profanity and sexual humor, that it's dumb, fling swear words at you, it's dumb. So the first 3 paragraphs, they haven't said a single thing about the gameplay yet. 4th paragraph, haven't seen a single thing about the gameplay yet. 5th paragraph, they finally mention that you actually fight. It's useful information I tend to find in a game review. Okay. In fact, let me see if I can show this on the screen for you. It should not be too impossible. You can read along with me on this. Let's have a look. It's a research stream, so we're going to have a little exercise in research, shall we? Let's find out what our peers have to say about it. Alright. There you go. Okay, so... That's the top of it. So, no information about gameplay, no information on gameplay, no information on gameplay, so... There's basically... But the way that they're doing it with this is they've got their kind of video review here, which, if GameSpot is anything like Polygon, I'm pretty sure all they do is just... They just read it out. So we're going to start from here. So there is not a single piece of information about gameplay above the fold anywhere. This is the first part where things actually... Yeah. The poor dialogue is not the game's biggest deficiency. Okay, well, this is what I want to know. I want to know what the biggest deficiency is, because so far, the dialogue and the camera is really the only thing I can complain about. Okay, allows you to go off the rails so often. Alright, yep. The action is incredibly shallow, but satisfying in a button-mashy kind of way. Alright, so why is it shallow? Okay, let's find out. My favorite standard weapon is the flail, gives combat God of War feel, okay, long reach, yes, alright. This is the one of the we talk our way through the game kind of reviews. I don't like those. Okay, yep, chaining quick successions, yep, innate glee, so far so good. 2010 Splatterhouse, yep, okay, so what are the defects? A mask that make Ninja Gaiden a cohesive game, okay, so far not actually real criticism as of yet, and more a bunch of fluff. Many of these elements are fundamental and they're substantial, okay, which are where? Right, the fixed camera, there we go, okay, so that's something that I definitely pointed to. Fighting unseen enemies, yep, so far I would definitely have seen a bit of that, not a huge amount. I don't know if the PS3 version has the same camera option as the PC one, though. So it may be. Here's something to consider. Because I don't think any PC, as far as I know anyway, none of the PC places have actually reviewed this yet. So it's possible that this is a console-specific problem and that it don't have that wider-angle camera. To be fair, though, if this is the wide-angle camera and it's still not very good, I can't imagine how bad it would be otherwise. Invisible collision box, haven't really run into any of that yet. Okay. Shallowest and cheap approach, throwing so many enemies onto you with skill that's barely even relevant. Alright. Well, yeah, I think that this seems like these are problems that come in later on. The idea of just kind of unfair difficulty of throwing so many zombies at you with a bunch of cheap attacks. And he's not wrong in saying that Ninja Gaiden's difficulty was kind of sublime. And it was very well designed. Okay. Wow, never heard someone use the word gawky in a piece of professional critique. I don't think that's... You see, this is why I obviously don't pay attention to scores, but, like, none of what he just wrote justifies a 4 in my eyes. It's almost like he's writing it as well, like he's trying not to like it. But again, I think that his comments about unfair difficulty later on might be very valid, which means I will need to play a lot more of this to figure out if that starts happening. So far, the only time I've died is because I've been stupid. So, we'll see. And, you know, comments about the writing is kind of a big whatever. Okay, let's see what else we got. Hate being on this website, but I'll give one credit to Metacritic. It is the quickest way to find links to other stuff. Is this Jim Sterling's review? He gave it a 1 out of 10? Oh, man. I love Jim, but that seems unreasonable. Let's find out. See what Jim has to say about it. Alright. Starts off with Spark Unlimited, okay. Not much about the gameplay as of yet, there we go. What is it about each of these reviews starting to talk about the gameplay the 5th paragraph? I always find that interesting. Yep, camera angle, definitely. Definitely the biggest problem in the game so far. Yaiba's attacks are slow and unwieldy? He's unresponsive? I didn't find that. Not yet, anyway. Recycling monsters, that's a good criticism. It's always a problem. And then a big bunch about sexism in video games. Alright.